Welcome to Rare Coin Master, where every coin tells a story and every story could be worth a fortune. Let's uncover the rare, the valuable, and the extraordinary, one coin at a time. Have you ever held a coin in your hand and wondered if it could be worth a fortune? Most people look at coins as small pieces of everyday life, just a means to buy something small or collect as change in their wallets. But for collectors and treasure hunters, every coin tells a story, and every coin holds the possibility of immense value. Among those hidden treasures lies a mysterious and fascinating piece, the United Kingdom Liberty 1 cent 2010 coin, a coin that has captured the imagination of collectors worldwide and has become one of the most talked about finds in recent years. At first glance, this coin looks like just another piece of currency, but beneath its simple surface lies history, artistry, and rarity that makes it so incredibly desirable. The story of the Liberty 1 cent 2010 coin begins in a time when coinage was not just about circulation but about symbolism. Coins were designed not only as monetary instruments but as miniature works of art, carrying with them messages of freedom, identity, and heritage. In the year 2010, the Liberty cent stood as a striking reminder of the lasting influence of classical design, with Liberty herself gracing the face of the coin. The use of Liberty on coinage is deeply symbolic, representing ideals of freedom and justice, values that resonate not just in one country but across the world. The decision to feature Liberty was not just an artistic choice, but a reflection of the enduring power of these ideals in modern coin design. What makes the 2010 issue so fascinating is the precision and quality of its minting. The craftsmanship behind it is remarkable, with every detail carefully considered. The engraving of Liberty is bold and lifelike, and when you look closely, you can see the fine artistry that makes this coin more than just currency. Collectors often say that a coin is like a frozen piece of time, and the 2010 Liberty 1 cent is exactly that. It represents the blending of tradition and modernity, a coin struck with techniques that carry centuries of refinement. But beyond design lies rarity, and this is where the story becomes even more exciting. Coins gain value for many reasons. Sometimes it's an error during minting, sometimes it's a limited run, and sometimes it's because collectors simply crave the symbolism and history behind it. The Liberty 1 cent 2010 coin ticks all those boxes. While millions of coins circulate every year, only a select few pieces stand out because of their condition, their pristine strikes, or unique qualities that make them rare. The 2010 Liberty cent has gained recognition for these very reasons. Its scarcity and high grades has elevated it to a position of near legend among collectors. Imagine stumbling across one of these coins in your pocket change, unaware of the fortune it could bring. For most people, a cent means almost nothing, but for the sharp-eyed collector, this coin represents opportunity and excitement. That is what makes coin collecting so thrilling. It is like treasure hunting in plain sight, where the smallest and most overlooked objects can suddenly reveal unimaginable worth. Stories abound of collectors finding rare cents tucked away in jars, drawers, or old collections, only to discover later that they held something worth thousands. The Liberty 1 cent 2010 coin is also significant because of its place in the broader history of numismatics. It represents not only the artistry of its time but also the continuing fascination with Liberty as an icon on coins. Liberty has graced countless designs across decades, and each appearance tells a slightly different story about the era it comes from. The 2010 version is modern yet timeless, linking back to centuries of design tradition while still standing apart as a product of its unique moment. Collectors see this as more than just a coin. They see it as part of a legacy, a chain of historical artifacts that connect the past with the present. Its collector appeal cannot be overstated. Rare coins like this one don't just have financial value, they carry emotional and historical value too. Owning a Liberty 1 cent 2010 is like holding history in your hands, a piece of art, culture, and heritage that continues to inspire. For investors, such coins are also a safe haven, a way to put money into something tangible that tends to grow in value over time. With so many collectors chasing after limited and rare examples, demand only increases, making the Liberty 1 cent 2010 coin not just a collectible but an investment. And then comes the most exciting part, the value. While most 1 cent coins will never be worth more than their face value, the Liberty 1 cent 2010 is no ordinary piece. Its rarity, its flawless condition in certain cases, and its demand among collectors have pushed its worth to astonishing heights. This coin, though just a cent, has been valued at an incredible $77,000. That's right, a simple 1 cent coin, when rare and desirable, can outshine gold and silver in value. It is one of those shocking realities in the world of numismatics where rarity and demand create unimaginable worth. Think about it for a moment. A coin that most people would overlook as small change could actually pay for a luxury car, a beautiful home upgrade, or even help secure a future. That is the magic of coins like this one. They remind us that hidden treasures still exist, often in the most ordinary places. The Liberty 1 cent 2010 coin teaches us that value is not always about size or appearance. Sometimes it lies in rarity, history, and the stories attached to it. Collectors across the globe continue to seek out this coin, and its story continues to inspire new generations of numismatists. From seasoned experts to beginners just starting their journey, the Liberty 1 cent 2010 stands as a shining example of why coin collecting remains such a captivating passion. Every coin has a story, but some stories, like this one, rise above the rest, becoming legends in their own right. And now, knowing its history, design, and incredible value, the next time you come across a 1 cent coin, you might just look a little closer. Who knows, you could be holding not just a piece of change, but a treasure worth $77,000. The United Kingdom Elizabeth II 2 pence coin from 1971 is one such piece, a copper-plated treasure whose humble face hides a tale of innovation, tradition, and unexpected fortune. Today, we embark on a journey into the past, exploring the origins, design, significance, and ultimate worth of this fascinating coin. Picture this, it's the early 1970s in Britain. The nation is buzzing with anticipation, for a monumental change is on the horizon: decimalization. For centuries, the British monetary system had been based on pounds, shillings, and pence, a complicated structure that baffled tourists and tested the patience of schoolchildren. 12 pence to a shilling, 20 shillings to a pound, and a dizzying array of coins. It was a system steeped in history but increasingly impractical in a modernizing world. On February 15, 1971, Decimal Day, Britain officially made the switch to a simpler system: 100 new pence to a pound. The 2 pence coin was born as part of this transformation. It wasn't just a coin, it was a symbol of a nation stepping into a new era. At first glance, the 1971 2 pence piece seemed modest, even ordinary. Struck in bronze, its reddish-brown gleam caught the light in shop counters and school lunch queues. Yet in the hands of a careful observer, it told a story of meticulous craftsmanship and national pride. On the obverse side, the familiar profile of Queen Elizabeth II faced right, her youthful features captured with serene elegance by the talented coin designer Arnold Machin. His portrayal of the Queen, wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, became one of the most recognizable images in British coinage, gracing coins from 1968 to 1984. The reverse side of the 1971 2 pence coin carried its own charm. Designed by Christopher Ironside, it displayed the badge of the Prince of Wales, a plumed trio of ostrich feathers emerging from a coronet. Beneath the feathers ran the German motto Ich diene, meaning I serve, a reminder of the centuries-old tradition and connection to the Welsh title. The words new pence curved along the upper edge, a clear distinction for the new decimal coins issued between 1971 and 1981 before 2 pence became the standard inscription, minted in massive quantities to meet the demands of the new currency system. The 1971 2 pence coin quickly became a common sight in pockets, purses, and shop tills. Most people never gave them a second thought. After all, they were worth only a small fraction of a pound, useful mainly for vending machines or as change for a bar of chocolate. But as years passed, something fascinating happened. While billions of these coins were produced, most endured heavy circulation. They became scratched, worn, and tarnished. Finding one in pristine, uncirculated condition became a rare delight for collectors. To understand why a simple coin from 1971 could be so valuable today, we must delve deeper into the world of coin grading and rarity. A circulated 2 pence coin from 1971 might still be worth only its face value, perhaps a little more to a casual collector. But an uncirculated example, gleaming as it did the day it left the Royal Mint, tells a different story. Such coins are often preserved in protective cases, shielded from scratches and oxidation. They might have been part of a mint set, never used in transactions. Over decades, their scarcity in such pristine condition drives up their desirability and, therefore, their value, yet condition is only part of the equation. Historical significance plays a huge role. The 1971 2 pence wasn't just another coin, it was part of Britain's decimalisation, an event that transformed everyday life. For older generations, it marked the end of an era, for younger ones, the start of something new. Collectors love coins with such stories, because they don't just own a piece of metal, they own a tangible link to a turning point in history. Some coins become even more valuable due to minting errors. While the majority of 1971 2 pence coins were struck flawlessly, a few bear slight anomalies, misaligned dies, double strikes, or faint lettering. To the untrained eye, these imperfections might seem trivial, but in the numismatic market, they can skyrocket a coin's worth. Imagine a coin where the new pence appears slightly shifted, or the Queen's portrait is doubled faintly. Such rarities can command astonishing sums at auctions. The Royal Mint, tasked with producing the nation's coinage, spared no effort in crafting the 1971 series. The transition to decimal currency required careful planning, vast public education campaigns, and the minting of billions of coins in a relatively short span. The 2 pence was a vital component, intended for everyday use yet still embodying the dignity of British coinage. Its bronze composition, 97% copper, 2.5% zinc, and 0.5% tin, gave it durability and a warm, reddish hue that many still find nostalgic. Over the years, designs changed. The inscription New Pence eventually gave way to 2 pence in 1982, and in 2008, a completely new reverse design was introduced as part of a unified shield series. But the 1971 issue remains a favorite among collectors, not only for its place in history but for the artistry of its original design. Collectors today seek out the 1971 2 pence coin in the highest grades possible, mint state or proof. These coins, untouched by human hands, often reside in the collections of passionate numismatists who understand their significance. Auctions have seen remarkable sales, with rare high-grade examples fetching prices far beyond what one might expect for a small bronze disc. What drives such enthusiasm? Perhaps it is nostalgia, the memory of first holding one as a child, of buying sweets with a handful of copper coins, of seeing Queen Elizabeth II's youthful profile before the passing of decades. Perhaps it is the thrill of the hunt, finding that one perfect coin among countless worn examples. Or perhaps it is the simple fact that history, beauty, and rarity combine to create something far greater than the sum of its parts. The story of the 1971 2p is also a reflection of Britain itself, a blend of tradition and progress. The obverse speaks of continuity, the enduring monarchy, and the dignified image of a young queen. The reverse speaks of heritage, the connection to the Prince of Wales and centuries-old heraldry. The very existence of the coin speaks of change, a nation embracing a new monetary system to better meet the demands of a modern world. For those outside the world of coin collecting, it may seem unbelievable that such a coin could be worth a small fortune. Yet the numismatic market operates on its own principles. Rarity, demand, condition, and historical importance intersect to create values that often defy casual expectations. What was once just a simple 2p coin, tossed into a child's piggy bank or used to buy a pack of crisps, can now be a treasured artifact commanding an extraordinary price. Today, as we hold the 1971 2p in our hands, or perhaps only in our imagination, we are reminded that value is not always about size or face worth. It is about the journey a coin has taken, the history it carries, and the hands it has passed through. It is about the craft of the engraver, the precision of the mint, and the memories it evokes. Today, we journey into the fascinating tale of the United Kingdom Liberty 1 cent coin from 2012, a piece that carries history, artistry, and mystery all in one. Many people might dismiss it at first glance, mistaking it for just another small coin of little worth, but those who look deeper soon realize that it holds more significance than its modest appearance suggests. The year 2012 itself was one of importance for the United Kingdom, marking not only Queen Elizabeth II's Diamond Jubilee but also the Grand London Olympics, events that placed the country in the spotlight of the entire world. During such a historic year, every detail from stamps to coins carried symbolic weight, and even a simple 1 cent coin became a silent witness to an era defined by both tradition and global celebration. The Liberty 1 cent 2012 entered circulation with little fanfare, but with time, its uniqueness began to capture the attention of collectors across continents. At first glance, the design might appear familiar, echoing the classical liberty-inspired motifs that reflect freedom, strength, and national pride. Yet, closer inspection reveals subtle details that set this coin apart. The fine craftsmanship of the engravings, the sharpness of its lettering, and the balance in its proportions reveal a dedication to precision and meaning. Every curve of the coin tells a story, and every marking carries heritage. Collectors often point out that the Liberty coin series was not just about currency, it was about symbolism, a quiet reminder of enduring values in an ever-changing world. Minting details play a vital role in the value of any coin, and the Liberty 1 cent of 2012 is no exception. Produced in relatively modest quantities compared to other common issues, this coin became a little scarcer as years went by. Many were used in everyday transactions, handled without thought, and eventually lost to time. Only a fraction of them survived in pristine condition, preserved carefully by collectors who sensed its potential importance. When a coin is both historically significant and rare in untouched condition, its desirability soars, and that's exactly what happened with this one. The collector's market thrives on stories like this. While ordinary citizens passed these coins in shops or tucked them away in jars, numismatists began to notice how the Liberty 1 cent of 2012 stood out. It wasn't just the design or the mintage numbers, it was the context of the year it was struck. Coins are, after all, historical snapshots frozen in metal. Owning this coin is like holding a piece of 2012 itself, the Olympic celebrations, the Jubilee events, the cultural pride of a nation stepping onto the world stage. Such associations elevate its importance far beyond its face value. Over time, auctions and private sales began to tell the story of rising demand. Collectors who managed to secure one in excellent condition found themselves in possession of a small but mighty treasure. Prices climbed steadily as scarcity became apparent. What once passed through countless hands without a second thought suddenly became a sought-after jewel in coin collections worldwide. But perhaps what makes the Liberty 1-cent coin from 2012 so fascinating is the emotional connection people feel toward it. Unlike modern tokens of everyday commerce, this coin bridges the gap between history and memory. For many, it symbolizes pride, heritage, and even a touch of nostalgia. Collectors often say that when they hold it, they don't just see a coin, they feel the weight of the era it represents. And that intangible connection is part of what makes it so valuable today. So, what is the worth of this modest yet extraordinary coin? While it might surprise many, the United Kingdom Liberty 1-cent 2012 has reached a staggering value of $78,000. Yes, from a coin that once represented just a fraction of a unit of currency, it has transformed into a piece worth thousands upon thousands, admired and desired across the globe. Its journey from pocket change to prized possession is a reminder of the hidden treasures that exist in the most unexpected places. This is the story of the Liberty 1-cent of 2012, a coin that began as ordinary and rose to extraordinary heights. It teaches us to look closely, to value history, and to remember that sometimes, the smallest things carry the greatest worth. And as collectors continue to seek it, its legend will only grow stronger with time. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more amazing coin stories.